Alright, welcome back to another Bit Heroes video. Today we're going to do a quick jump into Raid 1. I've kind of filmed these out of order, but I still want to be thorough. Come back here, do Raid 1, and show newer players that haven't gotten here what they're missing out on, and one of the reasons why you want to kind of push through and progress the game, because raids are where the game, for me, really kind of steps up. You're getting faster experience, you're getting better loot, and each raid has its own kind of theme. So this is the first time for me doing this. No, not right now. Actually, you know what? Let's do a duel in the video. So, what was I saying? Wrecked. Raid 1 was where the game really kind of stepped up for me. More loot, more places to explore, different familiars. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, this is the first time for me playing Raid 1 on this browser, so that's why the dialogue popped up. And it's old content, so I'm not so worried about the team. This is a GVG week, so you definitely want to take a look and see if any of your crucial team members have switched their gear around. But again, old content, not going to worry about it. So, different familiars. One of the most popular healers that you can get is Squibbo, this guy in the back. A lot of characters will start off using Borderland, and that's a good way to go. He's easy to get, and he's very effective. But once he starts to kind of show his limitations, Squibbo is going to be a good way to go as far as upgrades. This guy we see right here, Ragnar, he actually can go into a fusion for meaty. That's one of the world boss schematics and fusions. I don't really use him for anything other than that, but you know, he's pretty valuable too. So if you end up spending a lot of time in here, it's going to be worth catching these guys. I would not suggest throwing any gems at any of these epic familiars, just because they're not that value, but it is nice if you do end up catching them. And then here, the third guy we just saw get blown away is Shade. Shade will actually go into Remoraid, which is one of the best familiars that you can get outside of expeditions right now. My main character, he went for Walkoms, and I kind of regret that because the stamina is so low, but Remoraid has higher stamina, he's got heal skills, he's got good damage, and it's going to make it easier for you as you're progressing through more difficult parts of the game. So that pretty much wraps up the basic familiars. As with all of the dungeons, there is... I've got Ignore Boss on. For all the dungeons, there is a rare legendary in here. He looks like a red version of Gabi, and he can go into some of the tanks and other fusions. But for me personally, I would not be throwing gems at him. So, almost wrapping this one up. And let's see, let's go to the final boss. As you can see, it's a GVG week, and my lineup's changing a little bit. Always want to keep an eye on that. In other videos, I'll talk about GVG. I'll talk about why people are changing their gear. And just to knock this one out, the final boss here, Astaroth, he goes into a couple other familiars. Nothing game-changing. He goes into a tank and something else. The final boss of the dungeon, they are fairly rare, but in his case I also wouldn't suggest throwing gems at him. He's just really not that worth it at this point. So that wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed Raid 1, and we'll see you in the next one.